Hey all, welcome to this video. I wanted to start off first with, before we get into the car, is just to give you an idea of what the packaging looked like that the screen came in. Again, remember this was shipped over from China. I ordered it on a Sunday and it arrived on a Saturday here in the West Coast here in the United States. So it took a little bit of time. I paid for the extra 3-day shipping, which the alternative would have been shipping that would have taken 21 days, I think it said. So this was clearly the better route to go. I want to get the screen fixed and replaced pretty quickly. But this just gives you an idea of all the wrapping and how well it was packaged. Okay, so what you have here is, this is the actual back of the board. And just to give you an idea how it comes out of the package, this is part of the interface here where some of the ribbon cables will be tied into. There's the front of the screen, so looking pretty clean. Comes with the screen. There's a screen protector on there as well. All right, okay, so we're jumping over here to in the car. This is a 2015 BMW X3, and we started experiencing some problems with the screen. So let me show you what we got going on here. Basically the screen's going out, or went out. So what I'm going to do is replace that screen, and I ordered one online, which I'll link in the description below. That was a screen only. BMW will make you replace the entire unit, which will run you about $2,000 at least. So this piece here, the screen only, was about $85, plus I paid another $40 to get it shipped 3 days out from China to domestic United States. So we'll go through this and see what we can do. First thing we have to do is, my understanding is we're going to pull this piece off here. This comes off, we'll get underneath it, pop it, it should pry out. And then there's some torque screws, torque hits screws that are right behind there that hold the screen in. So I'll try to video that and see what we can do from there. Thanks. One other note here, so when we're going in for this thing, we're going to be using some of these nylon tools so we're not damaging the dash. Do not get in there with a screwdriver or anything like that. This set comes with a metal pop ring here that I won't be using that, but I have this from another project for my Mazda that I've been working on. So this we'll go in and see what we can do. Okay, so I was trying, and first I was coming up underneath here with this pry tool, and decided that probably wasn't the greatest idea with the screen down there. So actually I came up top here and started working it right here real slowly, just to kind of pry it loose. And it'll just eventually just kind of pop loose here, and you just take this and you're gonna pry it off. So these clips here, this is loose on this side. I'm gonna work this side over here a little bit more and work it out, but it looks like we should be able to probably just pry it up in here and work it out. Just being careful, take your time on this stuff, because you don't want to get in a rush. That's when you start causing problems. So this one over here seems to have it's a little bit more pushed in on this side, but there we go, we got it out. And this just comes out like this. Of course it's going to have connectors for the start button. I don't really, probably not a need to remove any of that stuff. There's connectors down here for the hazard and the temperature control. And then here's our screen, and looks like we have 2 Torx down here, one down here and one over here. These should be 20s, and then we should be able to loosen that up. So let's give that a shot. And these are 20s, and what I actually did is, because this vent here goes down, and these are set back in here, I went ahead and plugged this just to make, probably not the greatest job, but just to keep the screw from falling down inside there. But as you see, as you loosen this here, there's one. I noticed it kind of fell a little bit, but that's just because it just has to be centered. And then we have this one right here, which we will just unscrew at this point. And one thing I would note here, if you don't have a magnetic Torx, get one, because it's easy to drop these things down there. So get a magnetic one. Okay, so now at this point, this should just pull forward just like that. You see there's those little hooks right there. So there we go. And now we're gonna have to unhook that guy, and then we're gonna have have to take this guy off. All right. Of course, the tricky part here is you gotta get this pushed in, and then you can lift this out. So we'll give that a shot here. Again, taking your time, pushing this little tab here in. Sorry, this tab right here in. You can loosen that, or not loosen it, but free that. You get that down below there, and then just take your time taking it out. It is tough. It's kind of a bitch, but it comes out, and there we go. So now we have the unit out. Okay, we'll move inside. Okay, so the other stuff, as I read online, this is a little bit more of the tricky part. We got to work these tabs all off. Those are pretty tall on top. Got some more on the sides, and then some more across the bottom. So that's what that's going to do, is release the trim piece. So we'll start working those. I think what I read was we'll start on the sides here and see if we can pry it from the bottom. We'll go from the bottom and then take it from the bottom up. And just to get an idea of what I'm doing, I'm trying to keep my tab open here, and I've already loosened, did the same thing over here, loosened it. As you can see, once you start to get one, and just take your time and work yourself around. Oh, sound like I snapped back in. Just take your time and work yourself around, then you can get all of these up pretty easily. It's not too bad. Okay, so I've got the bottom ones, and so what I did is I got these loose here, this one, and then I worked one here, and just kind of slowly worked it around, and then there we go. That takes the trim piece off. So now it looks like we have a Phillips right here that we're going to need to open up to take this back cover off. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take this guy out here now, and this one wasn't too bad. It's relatively loose. So we'll loosen that up. Let's see if we can take that out. Smaller one. Put it there so we don't lose it, and let's see what we do next here. So as I pop this off, what I did is I put a little pressure just right here, and it popped off. Oh, and like, see these sticky tabs here? We'll, make sure we leave these on, because that helps the vibration. This board is going to come off. We're going to take this ribbon cable off, that ribbon cable, and this is a tab, and this is a tab that hold this circuit board. So let me show you. So this is the old screen still here with the board. This is the new screen, and you see these are the tabs I was just referring to. And this is where the ribbon cable is going to go in off the other board, and this is the ribbon cable that loops around here. So we're gonna disconnect it from here, but not the board. And again, what I did is I just used my plastic tools here, just to keep it from putting any scratching or any kind of metal to metal or anything like that. And I just pry that guy back a little bit, and then this board just lifts up and off. So as we peel it back, we see here is the ribbon cable, this ribbon cable, and this one. So this one's on the existing board here, or the new screen, excuse me. And this ribbon cable here, we're gonna have to take it off so we can put it onto this board here. It should be relatively straightforward. We just need to lift this right here to take that off. And if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to just pop it up. I'm not going to do this one-handed, but you'll get the idea if you're doing it. Okay, so yeah, see, this basically just lifts up, the ribbon cable comes out, stays attached. This right here lifts up as well, and this little guy right here, and then the ribbon cable comes out. So now we're going to move this board over to this guy over here and attach it to there. Okay, yeah, I got this one clipped in here, and now we're going to move over to this one and get this guy clipped in, and hopefully not too many problems there. in general, what it's going to do is it's going to come in here and it's going to, you can see the way the clip already is. And so I get it focused on my finger, and then we'll just put it in there. There's those little tabs, right? Oops. See this little tab right there? You just got to get this hook on the other side of that tab. And that should hold it in place enough to snap it down. Okay, so I got it on there. As you can see, let me try to use it with this guy here. You can see, oh, there we go. That little gray tab, this one right here. The ribbon just goes on the other side of that, and then we should just be able to close it on the ribbon, just like that. And we're going to take this guy, and we're going to bring it back forward, and we're going to snap it into place here. Snap it into place on this control board. So we'll give it just a little push. There we go. Looks like we're good. Looks like we're good. Okay. And now this guy comes back into play. And we're going to put him back in place. Okay, which is good. And we'll put this screw back in place. Sorry, my camera works horrible, but you guys are all getting the idea here. So we're gonna cinch this dude down. This wasn't really tight, so I wouldn't advise over tightening that guy. And that should be the replacement of the screen. Now, there is a protector on here, so don't think that I got crap all over it or I scratched it. There's a protective screen that I've left on there while I work on it. All right, now we're going to work on putting this trim piece back in. So we'll put this guy essentially back on like that, and we'll work our way back to the car. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it from here and then feed it forward, because those tabs on the top seem to be the tallest tabs. So I think if we start, hook it on there, and then slowly work it around the whole bezel and putting those pieces on, it should snap on relatively easily. Just take your time. Take your time. Look, at this point, I think I have 25 minutes into this whole job, and that's starting with removing the dash. So this doesn't take a long time, even I'm taking your time. All right, just a reminder, we pulled this guy down. It's just kind of hanging and chilling here. We're going to need to make sure we put this connector back onto the screen here, and then we're going to work it in. It's going to go in kind of like this and up in there. I'm going to see if I can mount my camera somewhere so we can just film this whole thing. Okay, so I got a spot here to video this. All right, let's see what we can do here. So what we need to do now is I'm going to plug this guy in here, and obviously it only goes in one way. There we go, we're snapped in. Now I'm just going to go ahead and look, we got no signal, which doesn't surprise me. So what we are going to do is turn on this car. And then we're going to try a master reset. We're going to try a master reset with just holding down the power volume button 10 seconds. Maybe it's more than 10 seconds. Lost it. See if it comes back up. And look what we got there. Got a screen that works. Looks clean, looks nice. Yeah, everything seems to be in shape here. Screen here. Yeah, back in business, my friends. So anyway, so check this out. So I'm gonna button this thing up here, and I'm gonna put it back together. But that screen, like I said, was at $84, and I paid $45 to have it shipped to the U.S. in 3 days. It wasn't 3-day shipping, actually. I ordered it last week on. I ordered it. Actually, I'm sorry. I ordered it on Sunday, and it arrived here today, which is Saturday, in the United States. So, it took a few days to get outside of the country and had to go through customs. But that screen, $150 versus BMW doesn't sell just the screen; they sell the whole unit, and the whole unit is $2,000+ plus the labor, which, you know, it's more than just this. There's a whole unit down below. So I think this might be the way to go. And if you guys have this problem, I mean, this is not difficult. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, this is like a 3 at the best. The hardest part is getting your head around trying to get this guy off, and then getting that connector off. But other than that, it's really pretty straightforward. If you have any basic knowledge of some electronics, if you definitely have basic knowledge of car auto, like working on a car, you'll be totally fine. So anyway, I would advise you giving that a shot. I'll try to do the links down below, and I'll link the YouTube video that I originally saw that keyed me into this. All right, thank you all. Take care.